Howl by Allen Ginsberg, who fell on their knees in hopeless cathedrals, praying for each other's salvation and light and breasts until the soul illuminated its hair for a second, who crashed through their minds in jail waiting for impossible criminals with golden heads and the charm of reality in their hearts, who sang sweet blues to Alcatraz, who retired to Mexico to cultivate a habit, or Rocky Mount to tender Buddha, or Tangiers to boys, or Southern Pacific to the black locomotive, or Harvard to Narcissus, to Woodlawn to the daisy chain or grave, who demanded sanity trials and accused the radio of hypnotism and were left with their sanity and their hands and a hung jury, who threw potato salad at CCNY lecturers on Dadaism and subsequently presented themselves on the granite steps of the madhouse with shaven heads and harlequin sweet speech of suicide, demanding instantaneous lobotomy, and who were given instead the concrete void of insulin, metrazole, electricity, hydrotherapy, psychotherapy, occupational therapy, ping pong, and amnesia, who in humorless protest overturned only one symbolic ping pong table, resting briefly in catatonia.
This is a story about destruction. About a world burned, and burned again. Burned over. This is a story about the death of a world that died so long ago there are none now who remember it. We took refuge here, in Convergence Valley. In this isolated place, we could be saved from the devastation that fell outside, and as the world burned, we hid away here, among the peaks. Beside the slope of Do Not Go There, at the end of the world, in the vast, barren expanse of the flats, yes, at the mouth of the river that is her mouth. It was a strange and hostile place, but in a world gone mad, it was home. And we survived. And maybe, for a time, we thrived. And then the unthinkable happened. Shoots through the ashes. Little by little, the world once burned over, it began to heal. Green shoots returned to the flats. The winds that cut us off from the outside world were becalmed, caught in the doldrums of something else, something waiting. And Convergence Valley was no longer a place of refuge, but a prison. Or was it something else? This is a story about what happens when a nation falls. This is a story about what happens when everything we took for granted is upended and destroyed. This is a story about a shelter torn asunder by the forces of human lives and human will. This is a story about that most destructive thing of all. This is a story about hope. Welcome to Convergence Valley, or what's left of it.
Welcome back, listeners of Desperate Attune, to Desperate Attune, starring Desperate Attune. We are Desperate Attune. I'm Holly, and with me are also the gang of Desperate Attune, being Salty. Hello.
Hello, out of the gang, I am the best fighter.
We also have Aadiyat.
Desperate Aadiyat of Desperate Attune, at your service.
Yes. Tree.
It is I, the desperately attuning tree, and if you try and chop me down, you will discover that I have an entire tree inside me.
Okay. And also Zoheb.
Hello, I'm the getaway driver. I have attachment issues, but I have a heart of gold.
Yes. And this is totally unrelated to the characters we play. We are playing today, as we have been for the past couple of days, or 2 weeks, as you please. We are playing Apocalypse World Burned Over in Convergence Valley, where the fog lays heavy and thick with 2 C's. And as usual, we have a couple of beginning of session moves before we introduce our characters. But does anyone want to do a brief little recap, particularly since we were missing a player last session?
I think Tree should give the recap. I want to know what Tree thinks happened.
That sounds
Last
very confusing.
time on Desperate Attune, Ashudan is both alive and dead. This is because he's in a box with Schrodinger's monster, whom he may or may not have murdered and may or may not have bred, unclear. Iskandaric is lying in a ditch, covered in her own blood and probably other people's blood. But also, she is covering Sikari. And so, in a way, Sikari is bathing in the blood of Iskandaric's enemies, which I think implies some kind of marriage situation. Jetlag Pistachio continues to be the key runner-in-chief for vice president or president, depending on whether you think Sikari is coming back. Tar-Minotaur has become a builder because Tar-Minotaur has destroyed a building and has now accepted responsibility for destruction. Which is definitely more than Iskandaric's ever pretty much done. And a creepy little gearhead has done creepy little things under my very normal and sane bar. Why is this happening?
That was such a good recap that I think I'm going to go on the drive and I'm going to delete the backup for the previous session to save listening time and editing time because we don't need it.
Yes. Good. You don't. I mean, let me tell you. You know how people are like, "Oh wow, AI can really speed up my workflow." How about delete
Not doing
AI?
Not doing it.
Yeah, just not have a workflow in the first place. Then that's infinite speed if you think about it.
Yes.
Correct.
Good. With that, let's get on to the beginning of session moves.
Muy bien.
We are catching people up a little bit. And since Ahiri has not been featured lately, let us begin with Ahiri's beginning of session moves, which is to start with the move for the establishment and then the move for yourself.
Yes. So the move for my establishment is with hard, which actually, funnily enough, means after I do this, it gives me an XP. That's quite funny. And I have a +1 because that's how cool I am. It's a 6, which kind of makes sense given I've taken the day off. So on a 6, my location is in want. My current wants are meddling and depleted stores. Again, both of these seem very reasonable and normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I roll my move for living day to day. I have nothing. I have nothing to help me with this. It's a straight roll. Living day to day. I rolled another 6.
Hmm.
This is what happens when you're straight.
Okay. So, I will tell you then, in this case, because you missed, that respect is going to be hard for you, and bloodkin is going to be impossible.
Only wimps need bloodkin. I've always felt this.
So these are the resources that you will be struggling with: respect and relationships.
Great.
Wonderful. Let's move on to Tar-Minotaur, who is also up in the bar.
Yep.
You only have one beginning of session move.
Yes, just to live day to day, as I do every day. Okay. I don't like that number.
Ooh.
Why didn't you tell us what the number is?
The number is a low number.
Yes. Yeah. It is less than what you need. And so, you are also in a tough position. So I'm going to tell you that for you, respect is also hard. Both Ahiri and Tar-Minotaur are facing difficult times getting respected as of late. And I think the reason for this is that you have gotten involved with Screwtape Ronin, who is a bit more of a mercenary character.
Mm.
And so, willing to make a deal with you, but doesn't respect your authority in the same way. And maybe we'll see more of that later. What's impossible for you is memories.
Okay.
You will have an impossible time understanding and making sense of the past. And
Just another day.
Yeah. Perfidelity. You have your ear to the ground. Would you
As
mind rolling
always, I
that?
do. Yes. So before I do, I will declare my port of call, I think, this session that I'm interested in is going to be the Polemarch's Fortress. Here, where I have a trade agreement, goods for goods, food and basics for part and tech. So that's a 9. So on a 7 to 9, word reaches me that, you know what, somebody there needs to talk to me. Who needs to talk to me?
Ah, yes, it's Polemarch Smith 12 Bullets.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, it is the owner of the fortress who needs to have words with you as the #1 supplier of gears and cutting.
Fantastic. And I will also live day to day, +1. And we are rolling so well today. That is Snake Eyes.
Wow.
Hiss, this is Snake.
Okay. I'm going to switch it up between all of you because I think it's interesting. So I am going to say, for you, memories, at least accurate memories, will be hard to come by. And I think bloodkin will be impossible. I don't think you're in a position where respect is a resource you necessarily care about. But that tells us something about Damnau, who is one of the closest people you have to bloodkin, who is in the room with you. We will see how this impacts things. And lastly then, Lady Iskandaric, as you lay feverish and bleeding under the tower of St. Philomena, live day to day, please.
Living, more like dying.
Yeah. And it's also a miss.
That's a miss. Well done, there you go.
Fantastic. So you will not have any problem with respect, but bloodkin will be hard for you to acquire. Those close to you. And I'm also going to say memory is impossible.
No one's close to me.
So,
Rather, I'm with you.
Iskandaric has an impossible time getting access to memories, as does Tar-Minotaur, and Ahiri and Perfidelity have a hard time getting access to bloodkin. Or have an impossible time. And then we have some hard times going all around. And that lets us open the session. And I will open the session on...
We got
I
two
will open the session.
cliffhangers.
What?
We had 2 cliffhangers from last time.
We did. We have Iskandaric laying bleeding and Perfidelity having opened the box. And
I thought
so
the more important thing was that Sikari is zooming towards Iskandaric's face.
Yes, in a vision. In a vision from the tower.
That said, we haven't had Ahiri do anything for a long time, and I'm very curious to see what Ahiri's up to.
Oh, I'm going to contextualize Ahiri in a moment, but I think I will open on Perfidelity because Perfidelity is also there in the same location, right? And so, Perfidelity, the last thing we saw, you were shocked, and then we are told by the rules and by the die roll that you are out of things for a moment, and that for a couple of moments you do not know what is going on. And so, this is blurry, and it's going to be hard for you to remember exactly what happened afterwards. But in the moment, Perfidelity Evergreen, you find the door to your containment tank opening, and you step out to see Perfidelity Evergreen lie unconscious on the floor.
Beautiful.
What do you do?
Beautiful.
I think the first thing Perfidelity Evergreen does is look down at her hands, at their hands. Look at the palms. Check the lifeline, the grooves worn deep, the calluses, handling. Flip them over. See the scars, the burn scars rippling over the fingertips, the knuckles, the palms. And crouch down. Check the same patterns are identical. As burn scars, if fingerprints are unique, burn scars are doubly more so.
Ah,
Check
yes.
the same on the person in front of me. Take off the gauntlets with careful hands. And
Lovely.
I think indeed they are the same ripples of melted flesh, regrown.
Yes. So it is. I think as this has happened, you notice that Damnau Egrivor is not here. For whatever reason you do not know. Perhaps you have been abandoned. You are not entirely sure that the Perfidelity evergreen that's lying on the ground next to these sparking wires is dead or alive.
And this Perfidelity evergreen takes their self back up into their arms. That's the flex of muscle underneath their shoulders work. There's a crick in their neck. Eases it out, and I think walks over their other body slung over their shoulder, their strongest shoulder, and taps on the monitor next to those sparking wires, from whence there is indeed power.
Yes. The monitor is working. And you access something on the monitor, logs and records of something preserved, some things preserved, rather. You do not fully understand all of it, but this is not the only such tank. This is not the only such container. They exist apparently throughout the valley. These buried chambers meant to preserve, well, from what it seems, people from the long distant past. The language in the monitors is, well, it's your language, but it is so much evolved after so much time that it is difficult to understand, even though you can read. But yeah, the monitor tells you these things. You may, if you wish, read the monitor as a person.
Oh, shall we? Shall we see? Why not? Let's see what the monitor tells me. Why not? That's a 7. So on a 7, I get to ask 1.
Yes.
And
ask 2, actually, if you're reading a person.
Oh, 2, yes. Oh, how is this information vulnerable to me? And how can I tell?
Well, the most straightforward way how this information is vulnerable to you is you may not fully understand it, but you know machines well enough that you can delete this. If you would like. And in that case, no one else would be able to access what you have seen.
Yeah, and I think then, how could I get you, by which the information, to cease power to the other tanks?
Okay, what do you mean by cease power here?
Because these tanks were being powered, right?
Yes.
By how can I reverse? How can I stop the power? How can I get the information to hijack the other tanks?
Okay. To clarify, by stopping the power, do you mean to release whatever is inside them or kill whatever is inside them? Because cutting the power might do one of both. I think it's fair that you know. What was that?
Let's kill them.
Kill everyone in the other tanks? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, straightforward. You can send a command from here to shut down the entire system. You can initiate. I think it's basically something like a reboot. Like, you can't destroy the power sources, but you can cycle down the entire power system and shut it off long enough that the live support will switch off across the whole system. Somehow you know how to do this. Do you do it?
Oh. I think what I do in this moment is delete the information, but leave it encrypted. What I'm thinking is write it down and slip it into the armor of my younger self, because I don't wear this same armor. This is a different me. This is somebody else. And slip it just under the chest plate.
Right. And I think, so you do this, you encrypt the information on the monitor, giving you the ability to do this, slip the paper into Perfidelity Evergreen's armor, and about this time is when the psi shock and the psi harm starts to wear off, and you remember who you are, and that you have to leave, and then memories get hazy and blurry, and you don't remember what happens next. And we cut away, unless you have anything to add.
No, nothing more.
And then we cut away to Ahiri. In the room above.
What's up?
Ahiri. Yeah, Ahiri. You have taken a day off. You've taken a little respite from tending to your tavern to attend to personal matters. You are returning, stepping into Sikari's regret with the authority that you command. And I think you immediately become aware of two things. One of them is that, and we're cutting back a tiny bit in time here because Tar-Minotaur finished this conversation last session, but I think we'll flash back to you seeing it. You see Tar-Minotaur and Screwtape Ronin in a very charged conversation. It's clear that it's a very serious conversation. You see them across the room. They seem to be getting along well, but it is definitely not, they're not chatting over beers. You can smell someone cutting a deal from far away.
Of course I can.
And that is what is happening there. And the other thing that you can see, that you can tend to as you step back into the bar, perhaps you get your work clothes on. I don't know if you have a different work uniform. Can we zoom in on that for a second, actually? Do you change your clothes as you go on duty?
I've already changed by the time I got here.
Okay.
So whatever it is that I'm wearing, yeah. I mean, like, presentation is a big part of like the performance of gender, right? So you better be, like, if you're on duty, you have to be on duty, right?
Yes.
And
very
so
good.
I'm wearing my slick outfit as I always am. It's an outfit that I think in this case looks more pressed than normal because I got the time off, and one of the things that I do when I'm off is my chores, like, getting my laundry done.
Yes. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I definitely, I think, spend a couple of minutes. I've never rolled this, but I feel like this is a good time as any to do it. I'm going to take a second to check my instincts and roll with cool.
Okay.
Because I just want to know. Yeah. I'm just like, seems strange. What do I think about this?
Okay. I will tell you the other thing you spot then, but you can focus in on Tar-Minotaur and Screwtape first.
+2. What are my instincts today? 8. On a 7 to 9, ask 1. I mean, you gotta get back cutting a deal. What's my best opportunity here? How might I pull it off?
Okay. Your best opportunity here is to speak to Tar-Minotaur. I'm going to give you a fairly frank answer here. Your best opportunity is to speak to Tar-Minotaur, who is generally very straightforward about these things. Because you can sense, I think, that Screwtape Ronin is an opportunist. Screwtape Ronin is making some sort of deal. He is making other deals. This one is not, to him, the most significant. But to Tar-Minotaur, yeah, you guys are on. This is.
We're on terms.
Yeah, you're on terms, and I also think you sense that this is Tar-Minotaur's initiative. This is not something that Screwtape Ronin proposed. So.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think that makes sense. But there is one other thing that I wish to frame before you go speak with Tar-Minotaur, which is that sitting in a corner of the bar with a small group of very wealthy people, some of which are regulars here, I think, getting along, having a pretty good time, is the elegant and the beautiful jet-lag Pistachio with long, pale blonde hair. And you have no shortage of memories. Respect for you is hard and bloodkin is impossible, but memories to you are easily accessible, although memories are often strange in the valley, and few people have poor recollections of their childhood. But tell me, as you look at Jet-Lag Pistachio, I will tell you, you knew this person in childhood. What was your relationship back then?
I think neither I nor Jet-Lag Pistachio are from the valley. And in childhood, we lived in a place that spoke of, and we heard stories of a place like this valley, where if you managed to get in, the strange ways that the valley functioned kept you safe. And Pistachio and I would, steal some alcohol from our elders and hide somewhere, a nook somewhere, and discuss how we were going to make it here. And I think Pistachio was a little younger than me, and when I ran off, when I saw my chance, I ran. But whenever it was that I made my way here, Pistachio was already here.
Very good. So, Pistachio, you have kept tabs on them. You have a good idea of who they are. They have mostly been staying at the Mosque of the Holy Swamp. They have been associating there with the diviners and the various priesthood you have. But you also know that they have gotten involved with the vice president's polycule of late. And you're, of course, aware that their star is in the ascendant. They are favored by the vice president, and rumor has it they have even managed to get a word in with Tar-Minotaur.
Even I haven't managed to get a word in with Tar-Minotaur. What's up with that,
Yeah. So, Jet-Lag Pistachio seems to be in a good mood. Drinking. The way I imagined Jet-Lag Pistachio is they have had they, he pronouns, because being elegant and beautiful, Pistachio's presentation is still somewhat masculine in most situations.
Sure.
Yeah. So just a reminder of this whole thing. But yes, they are here. Their little gang is here. They seem to be celebrating, and they're spending healthily.
Oh, that's nice. It's almost like they're spending so much, I'm going to run out of stuff.
Yes, it almost is.
Yeah, okay. Remind me again, what did you say about my opportunity and how I might pull it off?
For Tar-Minotaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, your opportunity here is to approach Tar-Minotaur now, while the deal is still fresh in her mind.
Great.
And, be like, what's up? I hope this is a fair assessment, by the way. Tar-Minotaur, you can contradict me if you don't think this would work, but I thought this would work.
Ahiri can come talk to me. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm mostly framing it as you will definitely be easier to talk to about this deal than Screwtape is, which I hope is a fair assessment, because I think Screwtape is going to be very evasive.
Only you know how difficult it is to talk to Screwtape.
Yep.
Okay, so in that case, I'll turn up, and I think like I can see the wants play out in front of me, right? And it's not it's a good thing. I love people turning up and spending money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the meddling, but like anyone's better than Haxic, I guess. So I'll take it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for either my badly starstruck employee, Karuni, or my unreliable one, June, and give them an order, which is make sure that Jetlag Pistachios group have everything they want and need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So whichever one is there at hand, I guess.
Let's have it be Karun this moment, because we haven't seen Karuni very much. So what's this person like? Give us a short
Karun is he, him, and he's he, him all the time. It's disappointing. He needs to get with the program, but the program is very difficult for him. And it's not clear exactly, because like I think for Ahiri it's like I've explained the process, you just do the process, right? Whereas Karun's just like I don't like being I'm just a he him, man. I don't know why. Like do I have to? But he's also, I think, like, oh, but it would be so cool if I like, oh my god, Ahiri's so cool, right? Which is tricky. And I think the thing is, he is a perfectly competent and functional person so long as I'm not in the room. But when am I not in the room? When I'm on holiday, I guess. And that's the time that I don't see him be competent.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's not that he's incompetent, but definitely it's that, like, he'll just be like, oh my god, like, he'll just, like, start talking to the guests about me. And I'm like, talk to them about the fights. You know? Like, talk to them about betting. Don't talk to them about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Karen goes like, looks at you admiringly with big eyes, and goes like, yeah, boss, of course, right away, promptly, immediately.
Good.
Should I go now or?
No, now. And do me a favor. Pretend I'm not here. I think just like they're your first priority, right?
Right. They are my first priority. Understood, boss. I will ignore, look away, look over, overlook you, pretend like it's raining. Got it, boss.
Yeah. Good.
You're great, boss. Great. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Cool.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Right. Yeah. This goes on.
I'm just thinking in my head. Oh man. Like, I gotta do something about this, but I don't know when it's gonna be.
You disentangle yourself from Karun. It takes a little while of yes going on, and Karun goes, yes, absolutely, right away. Was there anything else? And there's a back and forth for a bit before you finally manage to disentangle yourself. And Karun moves over to give these people all the service they could wish for, ideally.
Is Disco around?
Yes, Disco Gilgamesh is around, and I think sensing that something is up, because I mean, something is up in your basement, which you don't know about, but Disco Gilgamesh has good instincts about this, but also can't exactly step away from duties.
Yeah.
So, do you think you have Disco Gilgamesh in a customer-facing role, or more like a background, like cooking logistics kind of role?
Oh, I think I have her in a customer-facing role because she's actually quite good at talking to people. I think she'd be good at like both sides of the work, right? But as it happens, my unreliable employee is in logistics. My reliable employee also in logistics. I don't like I'm the face of the operation, right? So like having another person who's the face would be useful.
Yes.
And also, like she can also like be dangerous if she needs, right? So like it's that's also useful.
Yeah. So I think normally she is in a customer-facing role, but now I think you see that she is like, why not? You see that she is dealing with something away from people. Like she looks a little troubled, disappears into a back room. you don't entirely know what's up with that, but I'm flagging it is related to what Perfidelity just did.
I think to myself, something else that I need to keep track of, but I should. It's not often that Tar-Minotaur comes into the bar, and I should have a chat. And so I will come up to the table, sit down, and I will say, Sir Knight, surprised to see you. I trust you've been taken care of well?
I think Tar-Minotaur is eating, as we established last session. Says, "Thank you for greeting me, host. Will you join me for supper?"
I am afraid I must take care of business here first before I partake. Am I wrong in thinking that you have conducted negotiations here?
I think Tar-Minotaur asks, "Is this conversation urgent enough to interrupt my meal?"
I suppose not. Though, in that case, I would ask you to keep in mind that I thought it was urgent enough, at least, to say hello to you before. And then I'm just gonna, tilt my head at Jet Black Pistachio and all of that. Because I think probably, politically, it might have been a bit more go talk to the person who may be the new president.
Okay. Then I think Tar-Minotaur puts her spoon down and says, "Then let us speak. I have had a long journey. Forgive my rudeness."
Oh, no, not to worry. All is forgiven. Here is where one must put one's cares away. And so I regret that I must intrude on that, if only for a moment. It seems to me you have the look about you of someone who has... Don't suppose the name Screwtape Ronin means anything to you?
Yes, he is an arms dealer.
A strange man. Somewhat difficult to speak with, because he often, I find, speaks at you.
This rarely happens to me.
I suppose that would be the case. Yes, I take that point. Would you care to enlighten me as to the terms of your negotiation?
Yes. I have spoken to Screwtape Ronin, and I have advised him that he should make his deals with care, for war is coming to the valley, and there are only two sides in this war. And I intend to be on the side of good, and I would prefer that he arm me and my friends, our mutual friends, for we consider Lady Iskandaric to be an ally, do we not?
Certainly, I do. I was under the impression that relations between the two of you were still somewhat frosty. But I'm glad to hear that that is no longer the case.
She is an ally. I think Tar-Minotaur confirms, slightly poker-faced. Though I think a lot of it is just that she's just really exhausted. I think then she says, "This man, Screwtape Ronin, has agreed to only sell to my side in this conflict. Our side, then, as you are also an ally. However, his condition here is twofold. Or perhaps, well, no, he has asked for one of two options. That is the better. Yes, that is the better way to put it. He has said that he would like to set up shop, either in my Squire Perfidelity Evergreen's establishment, or that I should convince you to let him continue to operate his business from here."
Well, as it happens, I had been hoping to acquire for him separate premises. For as you can see, he has not just decided that he will conduct his business here, but also that my security is not up to his standard. And then I'm just going to be like, I'm very dry, but I think generally it has been the case that a few of his guys have been around, right? And like they've been like told by Screwtape Ronin, you need to be around. And like it's no, they're just around. They're not really there for security. But if that was a fight, they would break it up. But they're not security.
Yeah. I think Tar-Minotaur just asks, do you fear that your establishment is no longer your own?
I do not fear that. The day that happens, Sir Knight, I think you and I will no longer have things like Screwtape Ronin to worry about. Rather, it does annoy me that he has turned up and laid claim. I wish he had not done it, but sometimes people feel they have no other option.
Yeah. I think... I mean, we could also read each other in this moment. I'm flagging that.
Sure.
But,
yeah.
But I'm also happy to do it. Otherwise, it's up to you. Do you think you're reading me mostly?
I think in this case, it's almost like a character choice not to read you, right? Because you can cut me in half, but also unlike other people who are physically dangerous to me, you also have like normally if it's like Screwtape Ronin, right? Like yes, he could probably do a lot of damage to me, but he's not well established in our society, right? Like you're well known, you have a knightly order that like you can ask for support, right? Like you have a name, and so if people see that like this is a charged situation in which I'm trying to figure something out about you, I know that is something that's the kind of gossip that'll go everywhere, right? On the other hand, if we're just chatting, then we're just chatting. It's fine. But you can read me if you want.
Yeah, I don't think Terminator has casual conversations.
Sure.
So I'm going to read it.
Very reasonable.
That's a miss. That's very interesting.
Oof. Okay.
Does something interrupt us, Holly, or do we continue talking, Holly?
Okay. So you miss as you're trying to read Ahiri.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is an interruption here. That is a logical thing to happen, and it won't be the sort of interruption that keeps you from talking directly. But I guess this is in fact mostly a problem for Ahiri. But it is a further distraction, and it is Logistric, the person from the Red Demons, the second in command under Iskandaric, who is entering, looking, I think, in a great hurry, like kind of panicked, kind of nervous, is going to step straight up to Karun, interrupt Karun, and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And you can totally ignore this, Ahiri, if you want, but it's happening.
I'm not going to, but that's because Karun is supposed to have one priority, and nobody should be interfering with that. So after you do what you're about to do, Tar-Minotaur, I'm gonna have to like ask you to excuse me, right? Like, but like, yeah, you ask your question. I don't know if do you get a question on a miss?
You do, but be prepared for the worst, right? I think.
It's up to you.
Sure.
As MC.
Yes, ask one anyway, but be prepared for the worst. I think it makes sense here.
Okay. What do you hope I'll do?
I hope that you will agree with me that he's better off somewhere else and help me move him somewhere else in the market. Even that's not a problem. But like not here.
I think before you, I mean, you can. I think then because since you sought me out, I think I'm going to finish the conversation, which is very simply.
Sure.
The matters of merchants are not fully my concern. This man is an asset on our side, but more importantly, he is a great danger on the side of the enemy. And it is to eliminate this danger that I have sought peace with him. However, if accommodating his needs proves difficult and unsavory, it is not an issue for me to deal with him, if that is something that is convenient for you.
I appreciate the support. And I appreciate that you are looking out, as I am, for the valley. If you give him a reason to believe that he may stay here, but better lodging can be found elsewhere if only he would give us some time, then I will tolerate his goons. Does that sound amenable?
I think Terminator gives you this long look and then simply says, "Such is not in my nature to negotiate."
No. But neither is it in my nature to relinquish control.
Very well, I think Terminator says. And then, yeah. I mean, I can tell you. You can tell me if you figured this out. But I think
Sure.
Terminator has realized that, you know what, probably then here, maybe I'll talk. Okay, no. I think Terminator has decided that talking to Perfidelity to be like, hey, Perfidelity, can you like let this arms dealer into your workshop is beneath Terminator to say, would diminish Terminator in the eyes of her squire. You clearly don't want to host this person. Finding a house for this person, that's like, what is Terminator? A real estate dealer? No, Terminator is someone who kills people.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, either we turn this person onto our side or we kill him. Sounds like we kill him. And,
I think I know what Tar-Minotaur looks like when they decide to murder somebody.
Yeah.
Because I have seen it.
Yes.
And I think I will see you make this decision, and I will just say, in any case, thank you for your time. I apologize for having interrupted. But as you can see, my idiot employee is being bothered, and I'm afraid I must manage him. And I will, And you know what? And I will also say, and as thanks, tonight, dinner is on the house, which I don't think I do for anyone. I want to be so clear. Like, this is definitely like me, like socially making clear that like, you gave, like, you considered my offer with respect, and like you said, it's not in your nature, and like for that, I will similarly make a gesture back.
No, I won't read you. I think I'll just know you.
Sure.
Now, is killing him in your establishment something you would prefer, or would you much strongly prefer that I take it outside?
Fights that happen in the establishment must occur, like in the fighting ring, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, we break the fights up. You don't get, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, fight pit scene.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want to fight him in the pits, great, no problem. If you want to fight him outside, great. If you want to fight him, like, then it kind of makes me look bad because it seems like I can't manage my guests.
No, the reason I was asking is because, this guy is disrespecting you. So ordinarily, it obviously makes sense that, we take it outside and so on. But there was an interpretation here where it was possible that because it's disrespecting you, killing him in your establishment sends that message.
Yes.
But I fully get that you want it in the pit. So that tells me what to do next. Cool.
Great. Yeah. Fantastic. And yeah, I will just stand up. And I think the last thing we'll see before we move on from me is I'm walking swiftly towards Karun, being like, you moron. I will handle this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think we'll linger on you for just a second because this sets up Iskandaric scene actually. Look, you hear Logistics loudly go like, "What do you mean out of brandy? How can you be out?" Very angrily, and Karen goes, "They ordered the last," and points towards the because Karen is panicking and points towards the table of rich people who have, it turns out, just bought your last stock of fancy alcohol and are drinking it.
And as he's pointing, I will walk up and I'm going to grab his arm. And this may be the first time I have ever touched him, so good luck to him. I'm going to grab his arm. I'm going to be like, I do apologize. And then I'm going to like forcefully make his arm go down because pointing is incredibly rude.
Yes.
And I will say, Karun has been seconded to a special party, but you can talk to me. Give me 1 second. And then I'm just going to look at Karun and be like, now you're going to go over there, and whatever you were doing over there, do it twice as good.
Gee willikers, boss, okay? Karen
Great.
says,
And I think what I'll do with Logistric is I know that I'm out, right?
Yeah.
And it's annoying. Like, I genuinely have nothing to give him. But I will say, sorry, it's a bit mad, and it's very tough to say no to the person who's going to be vice president next.
Oh, yeah. Logistics looks over at the future vice president and nods and goes like, "Yeah, right. Just need something to calm my nerves."
Reasonable, and I'll get right on that. And I can also offer you something else, which is an introduction.
Sure. That is if that would be good if Lady Iskandaric doesn't. Yeah. And you can see that he is like very, very shaken.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
And he goes,
doesn't want to run for president herself?
I guess I should tell you, Angelica's operating on Iskandaric. I don't know, like, the surgery stuff, but apparently there's a risk of it not going so well.
Why? What? How? Sorry, give me 1 second. And then I'm going to yell out at Karun. And then I'll be like, no, go back to whatever it was you were doing, because he's too stupid to take more than 2 orders at once. And instead, I'm going to go behind the bar and I'm going to pour myself not some fine alcohol, but whatever the foulest rot gut there is there.
Yeah, I think you still have some of that reasonably.
Yeah, it's garbage, right? And I'm like, as I'm pouring it, I'm going to look at this guy and say, this is, quite frankly, I wouldn't serve it to my worst enemy, but it does the job. And then like I drink it, and then you can genuinely see me like flinch with how bad it is, right?
Just out of interest, Can I be having my meal like at the bar? And
sure, yeah.
Because I think it'd be really funny if I hear that Iskandaric is dying.
Yeah, great, fantastic.
Yeah.
So I down
being
this...
operated on, but it's risky surgery. Yeah.
I down this and I say, she's hurt bad enough that Angelica's calling the surgery risky, huh?
Yeah. Apparently necessary. No other way.
Right. And what was his name? Her second in command who died? She hasn't replaced him yet?
Fennec Garibaldi, yeah. He's not been replaced, no.
No. So she's got no support out there. No, wait. It was going to be... Iskandaric was going to be the replacement. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is why you should not... Okay. I
mean, the gang's there. We just need to get some... Just need to get some trade done, get some supplies. That's why I'm here. I just popped in because I need a drink.
Well, as you can see, all I've got is the worst possible stuff on offer. But I will say...
You established that Logistric is actually kind of picky in his drinking. So he's
100%.
He definitely turns up his nose at this.
No.
But he is considering it.
Yeah, exactly. This is the situation, right? Yeah. And then I'll say, but there is someone here who might be able to help. And I'm just going to look straight at these partying people who are very powerful and they're in a polycule with the vice president, right?
Yeah.
If anyone's going to be able to like just randomly maybe have this, then it's going to be like them, right?
Okay. Do you want one of the polycule to have, to invite him to give to their party to get him a drink?
In fact, what I might say is, I can help you with that, but it's not gonna come for free.
That's all right. You know what? I can tell you what's going on if you can get me a seat at that table.
Great. And then I'm gonna look at Tar-Minotaur and I'm gonna say, I presume your discretion on this matter is solid, but if it's not, I would hope you would consider that your allies are in dire trouble and we're trying to help them.
I shall take this under advisement and plan my next moves accordingly.
Thank you. Great. So all we have left is bottom of the shelf nonsense, and we're gonna make a party out of it. Very good. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I want to be so clear. I think what's about to happen is like the best possible version of this is Logistric goes over there, they give him some of their brandy so he calms down and he's like, we're all friends now. And then after we make the deal, there's going to be a fun fight where Tar-Minotaur absolutely like crumps the shit out of Screwtape Ronin.
Okay. So
That's
the
the
first
perfect
part,
like sequence of events.
Yeah. So the first part will definitely happen here because I gave you between sessions for the listeners here, since Ahiri missed some sessions, I gave Ahiri 2 wins for free, and one of them is becoming friends with Logistric. So this will work. This will just happen as a result of this. This is effectively what a benefit you got while you were away.
Yeah.
So far the plan is good. I don't know about the fight, but you will definitely get Logistrics,
Sure.
some brandy, a seat at the table despite the shortage. Although now you are entirely out of anything good. So
Yeah.
that's
Now problems. Yeah.
But I think it's at this moment that we will cut away to Iskandaric, because now we have set up what is going on with Iskandaric. And I will put a content warning here for both you, Aadiyat the player, and for viewers. You are going to wake up mid-surgery.
Oh, I'm woken up
Everyone cool
mid-surgery in
with
real life. That's fine.
Okay? You cool with that?
I mean, explicitly it is not fine, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just wanted to check because I realized this is not something we had covered on our safety tools, so I wanted to check that people are all right with a slightly gory scene.
Well, I used to get hurt a lot. Healthcare was not very good back then.
Okay. So, I don't know how you know what is about to happen, Iskandaric, but you have instinct, right? You have been in the field for a long time. And so you come to your senses in this like very strange surgical room. Angelica's surgeries and prosthetics and things are vaguely mystical, right? Things go on with them. And you have been shot, you have been cut open for the bullet to be removed. You have some sort of painkillers in you that make you drowsy and unfocused. But some instinct pulls you out of this because you realize that something is about to happen that you have not consented to. You didn't consent to the surgery at all because you were half unconscious when you arrived. But what you can see is Angelica holding up in these like big medical pliers some sort of device, some sort of very strange, very high-tech device that looks... I don't think you've ever seen anything like it. It's a complicated, like spidery little thing covered in like circuit boards, a clear plastic cover, long tendrils, almost like spider legs or tentacles. And you look at that thing and you get, some kind of sensation from it. And Angelica is about to implant it in your chest somewhere.
Cool. Well, not cool, in fact. Not cool at all. I think as this sort of swims into, vision, and Iskandaric sees this instinctively, I think she would try to sit up, which I suppose isn't really possible, but at least, or like shoot her hand out to grab Angelica's arm, like a vice.
Yeah, I think you can at least shoot out an arm to grab it. Yeah. You see Angelica freeze, like very surprised at how this could happen.
Yeah. And I think, like, despite the physical act of grabbing her arm, like, the voice is still pretty weak, and he goes, and Iskandaric goes, "The hell are you doing?"
Saving you. Saving you, Knight President. You haven't realized it yet. But you will get your memories back when I insert it.
Knight President? No,
This has happened before. You're taking on the tower. Yes?
Now, Holly, when you said memories, was it difficult or was that impossible?
It is an impossible thing to you, and right now your memories are swimming about your past. It's difficult to recall things. It often is in the valley, which has a tendency to implant false memories into a person, as it were.
So what I would like to know is, does Iskandaric know who she is?
In this moment, I think it's interesting. I don't want to take away your agency. I think you have a vague sense of who you are, but I think your past especially is very, very undetailed. You know that you were the leader of the Red Demons, right? But you cannot remember really what you were outside the valley before Convergence Valley took you in. We have never really discussed your gang's past outside of the valley either. But at the moment, you can't remember it at all.
Okay, but she does know she's Lady Iskandaric, right? Or
yes, I think you do. I think this is appropriately, like, there is a conflict here. Although maybe, Knight President Iskandaric, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The memories are merging, I guess.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Cool. And I think what Iskandaric says, like, Knight President, what? No, no, stop.
Yeah, Angelica looks down at you and says, like, I don't think you understand. Maybe your body would survive, but your mind, without the implant, no, you would be lost.
I think the Iskandaric says, who would be lost?
Yeah. You may, if you want to, read Angelica in this situation, as she holds up this spider-like thing and you're holding her wrist. If you would like.
Yeah, I would.
Or you may also open your brain as you answer this question.
Actually. Actually, I think opening brain is more suits this situation, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, how much do I have in weird again? I have +1 in weird. Ain't that nice?
Yeah, okay. Open your brain to try to understand what is happening.
8.
Okay, yes. Angelica isn't talking to you. Angelica is talking to the thing that she's about to implant in you. That is the Knight President.
Oh, fuck.
You only get vague details, but you get some idea of that is what's going on. She's talking partly to you and partly to the Knight President, which isn't you. Probably.
Yeah. So I think Iskandaric has a fairly strong sense of self, not the kind of person who likes other people being implanted into them.
Yeah.
And what do have to either, I don't know, I think this would actually be kind of scary. I think Iskandaric would try to roll off the table or just try to get away from the surgery table.
Okay.
Very
It
cool.
sounds like try something challenging, a physical action that might be beyond you, requiring strength, skill, great care,
Yeah,
etc.
this is definitely beyond me.
Yeah, it's rolled with aggro.
It's a 6. That -1 really
Okay.
hurt. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yes. So you struggle against it, but I think normally you would have no problem overpowering Angelica, who is a small nurse in a wheelchair, right? Like, and she's alone with you in the room. She doesn't have any assistants or nurses for this part, but she manages to pin you down to the table, and she says, "Listen to me. You wanted the tower. You wanted the authority. Well, it comes with responsibilities. It comes with remembering. You need to remember. Every knight president needs to remember. It's a small price to pay."
And I think this kind of, I mean, it's clearly in pain. This maneuver, I think, has cost some hit points, as it were, and she says to create responsibility, authority. Yeah, I said I'd give you I said I'd take responsibility, but not a parasite.
I think there is a shock as you say this, and Angelica like flinches back a moment. Yeah, in fact, I think you saying this gives you enough of a shock for a window of opportunity to like try to make a move, if you want, whether that's roll away again or like physically strike her or something. If you would like, or you can just see what she responds, but I think it would stun her for a moment.
Yeah. I think Iskandaric will try to get out of her grip, or try to sit up at least. I don't think I'm still in a position to move, but at least sit up in a more...
Yeah. It's definitely a bad idea. You bleed some more, but you sit up. We won't have it register as actual harm yet, but it hurts.
It hurts. And I think Iskandaric says, like, if there's like just a moment to speak, then not to Angelica specifically, but just in general, like the hell, what is this valley?
I think Angelica answers you, and she says, "This valley is a memory. If you want to protect it, you'll take it on."
That's actually a good question, actually. If I want to protect it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
No. I think so. Yes, the conflict here is, yes, of course, protecting the valley, her boys. That comes first.
And taking on a memory.
The being, I don't know, taken over by someone else's memories, I think, is the obstacle here. So she says, like, "Speak plainly, Angelica. As I've done with you, what exactly is this? What will it do to me?"
Yeah. She says calmly, I think, "It will make you Knight President Cazador Sicari, as it made your predecessor Knight President Cazador Sicari. It will give you the time capsule, the memories you need."
It's a woke mind virus!
Yes.
It's the opposite of that. It's the fascist mind virus.
That's how I know you don't know what a woke mind virus is, because the wokists are the real fascists.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's the postmodern mind virus for our postmodern age.
Yes.
Okay. I think internally, and maybe Angelica can see this, but for there's that bit of Iskandaric who wants to protect her sense of self, and suddenly, as it's searching her own mind for, kind of comes up empty, right? She can't remember much of what her own self was.
Yeah.
And so I think she'll ask Angelica, and what about the memories I had? What have you done with those?
The fog. I didn't do anything. You passed through the fog. You came into the valley. Don't you know most people here don't know who they were outside?
Listen, it's just normal not to know who you are. That's just like perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have established this as a theme of the story, that memories are unreliable in Valley.
Yeah. And Angelica saying this, don't you know that? No one knows, I think. And Iskandaric realizes, because I think all this time she'd assumed that of course she remembers. It wasn't a question. Do I remember who I did? And that's like, oh shit. It's true. I don't remember. Like, I just remember being at Ahiri's one day, and we were working. How did we get here? How did we get to the valley again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should as thick as a brick. A man whose mind has never been interfered with once in his life.
Mm-hmm. Well, he isn't here.
Yeah, he's in your.
No stimulus has ever entered that brain.
Indeed. Yeah, he's in your custody, so we'll have to arrange for that. So I think Iskandaric doesn't consent per se, but at least stops fighting it off as much, the implant.
Okay. So I will straightforwardly ask you here, or I will straightforwardly tell you the consequences of letting this happening.
Okay.
Which is, you will have some sort of prosthetic modification inserted in you that is going to subtly and in small ways turn you into the Knight President by virtue of giving you the memories and the duties of the Knight President. This is a thing that fucks with your identity, like in small and subtle ways, but it does. On the other hand, it will give you the ability to remember things from the valley's past.
Okay, so out of character, is it possible to resist the influence?
Oh yeah,
over time?
It is possible to resist the influence. I'm not going to tell you how to play your character. I'm just saying,
right.
If you accept this, then your sense of self is going to be shaky, and I don't think your memories of who you were outside the valley are ever coming back.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, very nice. All right. This is an interesting decision, and how can I say no?
Mm-hmm.
Well, condense it, but I think some time does pass in Iskandaric's mind as she goes through all of the different possibilities, and I think counts on herself to get the benefit from this without suffering the negatives too much. And all right, fuck it, put it in there.
Okay. So you have this thing implanted inside you, and you become aware then that there have been Cazador Sicaris before in different guises, in different incarnations. There have been people who have been carrying the memories of the valley, who are tied irrevocably to the Tower of St. Fulmina and to whatever machine, whatever strange and hideous machine lies like a spider web underneath the valley to preserve what came before. You are now part of it.
Nice.
And yeah.
I'm curious. Does Tar-Minotaur know this?
Yeah, we shall see. I think we'll cut here for a discussion. I hope that scene was okay with everyone. I realized I could have framed the content warning better for like the surgery or like medical horror. I hope that was still okay with everyone.
No, that was amazing.
Mm-hmm. That was good. I have no problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Perfidelity. You wake up on the floor. You wake up on the floor, and you are aware of what has happened, even though I don't know how much of it you understand.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
floor next to a sparking cable, next to a machine that is still on, with its contents encrypted. What do you do?
Mm. And I think, yes, I remember seeing that face again from my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being touched, and my gauntlets are off. My hands are feeling the cool, kind of that cool, warm ozone sparking touch. And I get up, struggle a little bit, look around for Damnu, and she's not there.
She is not here in the room, no. Not in this
Grasp out.
secret chamber.
Grasp out for my crutch, give her up, and then look over to the tank, the isolation chamber, or whatever. There was somebody inside.
Yeah, it is open. The door stands wide. It gapes empty.
And the monitor is encrypted.
Yes, indeed.
And I think there is this horrible sense of having missed something, of knowing something that is missing, that is not there anymore, that is underneath so many different memories, that Perfidelity, I think, turns back to the darkness of the basement underneath.
Yes.
And there is a power source now. This is
Yes.
something that has been found underneath Sakari's regrets. And maybe it is something Ahiri would have need of. But I think the first and most important thing is she feels dirty. And she needs to be clean as soon as possible. And so it is relatively urgently that she crutches up the steps, steadies herself on the banister just a moment. Yeah, I think I am going to go and book a room in Sakara's regrets so that I have access to a shower.
Very good. But I will say, I think as you touch the banister, as you lean on it, you will see something left there. And I think you understand what it means. It is a small knife, not a combat knife by any means. It's probably a folding knife, like a folding pocket knife, that's stuck into the banister in a hurry. You know it. It's Damnau Egruor's. And you realize, I think, what it means, which is that Damnau was not knocked out. Damnau is in pursuit.
You know what? Then I think I'm going to open my brain. I'm going to touch it. And I don't think this is things speak, because this is a blade. This is made for one thing, which is to cut. And it does not know anything beyond that of cutting through things. Instead, this is opening my brain just a moment further from whatever that means. What else might have happened here?
Very good. Let's see the roll.
Yeah, and I think as I open my brain, the switchblade flicks out. And that is a miss.
Okay, you are overwhelmed, I think, with a longing for Damnau Egravor, and somehow you understand that Damnau can be very single-minded, right? Like, she is going to get to the bottom of this, and she had a chance to pursue whatever it was emerged from the tank. Yeah, you have a feeling she is not going to come back until she's found it. And that is all.
I'm curious, what is the likelihood that she never comes back?
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
I hope this is fair. Ahiri, I gave you a
Yeah.
chance to keep track of Damno
Oh, no.
also. Yeah.
I got what I wanted. And what I wanted, I got. Or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
All good.
You should go. This seems like a good moment for Perfidelity to find her knight.
Yes, maybe so. Or maybe a shower first. I don't know if your priorities have changed by finding this folding knife. Do you keep it or do you leave it stuck in the banister?
No, I think Perfidelity tucks it into one of the side pockets of her utility belt, brushes up against the pills and the chems that she's brought here that have been useless in the market so far. Her George whinges, and Damno has my jaw, has my prosthetic that I made for my jaw, and it is important that I find her. So shower first. But in booking a room, I will come across Tar-Minotaur and Ahiri and the others.
So you shall.
Mm-hmm. So shall we see what I'm up to?
Yeah, let's.
All right. Then I think probably the timelines are more or less syncopated, right? Because I think the last scene that we saw, this conversation with Ahiri and Tar-Minotaur saying that she will take it under advisement. So I think she stands up and walks over to what's his face? Screwtape Ronan. Is he still there?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I think I walk over to him and I say, negotiations have not been possible, I am afraid. It seems also that your services may no longer be required by myself and my allies, and thus I must ask you to leave the valley. Will you do this?
Leave the valley altogether? Not just this establishment?
Your line of business is too dangerous.
No, I don't think you understand. Not having me around is too dangerous for you.
I think then Tar-Minotaur says, I did not expect you to acquiesce, and thus shall we settle this in the pit?
Well, I feel like there's some sort of move here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it is, though.
Reason with someone?
Yeah, I don't think it's reason with someone. I'm thinking it is either confront someone.
Sure.
Yeah. Or it is reading some sort of situation, but I don't think you're looking for information. So let's call it confront.
No, it's more you're a man of honor. I didn't expect you to go along with this, but I had to tarry, and now this is the only thing I'm going to offer you.
It's definitely a reason with someone under anime rules.
It's a 9 though.
Okay. They can try to stall, make excuses, or pass the buck, but in return you take +1 forward against them. Okay. I think so. You are a very scary person, and Screwtape does not want to go toe-to-toe with you in a fight. That is how it is. And so I think Screwtape goes I'm here to do business, not to fight. But if it bothers you that much, you're making a big mistake, my friend. Big mistake. Boys, we're out, he says. And the reason this is stalling is that he wants to avoid a straight, fair fight with you in the pits. He is going to take himself and his apprentices out, and then deal with you at a later, more convenient time. So you have a +1 forward to do something about this, but for the moment, he is giving you the impression of okay, fine, we'll leave. Because he is not, he's a practical man, not a man of honor, right? He doesn't mind losing a little bit of face now.
Am I being bamboozled in character?
Yes, I think you're aware of this. I think it's plain to you that this guy goes he is feinting a retreat.
Okay, no,
him and his people are going to leave the bar, and then in 3 days they're going to jump your ass somewhere.
Okay, no, that's what I was asking. Is Terminator fooled and taken by this? But it sounds like no. Parameters aware
No,
that this is
I
a
think
fake.
you
Okay,
don't know the exact plan, but I think you're
Something like
savvy enough to know that this guy doesn't keel over that easily, right? So
yeah, that's fair enough. This is, I think, a good. No, is Perfidelity going to show up at this time? Otherwise, I'm going to do something that might add some more sand to the wheels. So I'm going to ask first if Perfidelity shows up now.
up to you.
Yeah, Perfidelity.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Oh no, I mean, this guy is a problem. I'm going to take care of him. I could take care of him right now, which would of course start a whole thing. Or I could talk to you if you show up now. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I mean, I think now would be a good time for me to show up.
Yeah,
Given that you've had this conversation with Ahiri, it's taken a while, and then this is Perfidelity's emergence. I think maybe Screwtape's apprentices shoulder check Perfidelity out of the way of the establishment.
Yeah, maybe bump into you a little bit as they leave. Yeah.
I don't notice this. Otherwise, I'd immediately start shooting. But then I probably see you.
Yeah, maybe a little bit jostled as you come in as they go.
Yeah. And how are you looking? Not great. Jawless?
No,
Did I understand that?
I have my so I had a replacement, but I still have one in place.
Right. I remember we talked about this last time as well.
I think there is like a shine to the side of Perfidelity's face where hands have touched her. But otherwise, maybe a trickle of blood crusted around one nostril, gauntlet missing, tucked under an armpit. I think helm is on, visor up.
Most unusual. Then I think Terminator is going to cross over towards you in a bit of a hurry. And unlike Screwtape Ronin's guys who can't negotiate a busy room without jostling people, Terminator is perfectly capable of doing it, despite being much larger. And walks over to Perfidelity, looms over her, and kind of like extends a gloved hand to her chin and kind of like tilts her face up and says, "You are bleeding. You're disheveled. Something untoward has happened. What is it?"
It is no matter. I have found a new power source for the regret. It took a little more finagling than I was prepared for. I need a shower. Has she passed through? Has Damno, have you seen her?
Holly, would I have seen her out of the corner of my eye?
Probably not, because I established that the entrance and exit that was used originally when you entered this place was a stair access from the outside to the basement. One of these outside basement stair things. So I don't think so. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's pretty obvious to me that you're hiding something important. I mean, it was obvious before that you had your own business, but I think I wasn't prying because it was more like, that's your thing. But now it seems that you are in danger. So I think Terminator is going to say, "I have not seen Damno Grivori, and you are keeping something from me. And it seems that this secrecy is not to your benefit. I would have you tell me what has happened."
And yeah, I think Perfidelity's eyes flicker away from yours, and she leans just a little bit into the hand and murmurs herself, A shower first, and then honesty will come later. There was something underneath the regrets, and I thought myself equipped to handle it. And I need to study it to analyze and the dirt. I need a shower. I'm filthy.
Certainly you are. And it is unbecoming of a knight. But showers are after we are done and out of danger. If you tell me that this matter is not pressing, and it can wait until after your shower, then we shall observe it, we shall pursue it after you're clean. At this very moment, then, Squire, I require your assistance. And I think I let your face go and kind of like say, there is an arms dealer here, a man named Screwtape Ronan. I have attempted to bring him to our cause, but his price was too steep, and we cannot waste our time on negotiations. I have challenged him to a fight in the pit, and he has clearly chosen the path of war instead. He prepares right now to ambush me. I would now take the fight to him. Will you fight beside me?
Yes, of course. I stand beside you in all things.
Then let us do so immediately, and then we shower, and then you speak.
Yes, Matrix lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
Must I seek ammunition first, or?
Mm-hmm. Out of character, I've actually forgotten what you've got on you, weapons-wise.
I have a demolition hammer. I've got Phoenix hunting rifle. I've got Phoenix revolver. I've only spent 1 ammo from there. I'm asking, do you think I need to gear up for a big fight?
Probably. It's probably a big
something
fight.
I can do.
If you're only spent like 1 bullet, it's probably enough. But this is me out of character thinking about what it might require. Probably it's enough, and we probably want the element of we probably want to press this now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Oh, Phoenix hunting rifle. That's like 4 harm. That's good. Yeah. So this is what I want to do. But of course, this becomes a whole thing. So if Ahiri or someone else wants to have a scene first, I don't know. Holly?
You are pursuing Screwtape and aim to fight him in the streets, basically.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Just walk out and start blasting.
Yeah. Let's quickly check in with Ahiri. I think we'll keep the momentum for the blasting. But Ahiri, you have set up logistic with the vice presidential candidate, I guess, so to speak, the heir. Jetlag. Is there anything you want to do in this moment before their little party moves on and logistics does the business that logistics is here for? Obviously, you also notice all of this that goes down with Tar-Minotaur and Screwtape. Like, I'm going to count on you noticing pretty much everything that happens in your establishment. So, what would you like to do in the short term?
I think in the short term, what I want to do is put in a word into Jetlag Pistachio's ear that there's someone here who I'm going to introduce you to. No pressure about like making the deal, but like it could be very useful because Iskandaric is now in charge of the tower. And like he probably will like you more if you let him have some of your brandy, right?
Yeah. All good.
And I think the other thing that I want to do is If I remember correctly, just like Pistachio is deeply unconcerned with the actual business of ruling, right?
Yeah, Jetlag Pistachio is like quite good at getting what he wants, quite good at manipulating people, quite good at making behind the scene deals. In a way, maybe kind of a good politician in that sense. Like
in a good politician, but like not necessarily like in terms of logistics and stuff. Not so
No.
Yeah. Is there someone who in the party like who is that person? Does he have a chief of staff?
That probably. So I imagine that there is someone here who can do the kind of work that Logistric does, ironically, which is managing goods and the practical side of things. Yes.
Okay, I think I want to roll everybody eats even that guy on this person.
Okay.
Because that's the person who's going to solve my depleted stores problem.
Okay, so the chief of staff of the polycule. All right.
Yeah.
Good. I have
the chief of staff of the polycule, by the way. Definitely a person that needs to exist in every polycule.
Yes, absolutely. So this person is named Hydrant Best Regards.
Oh yes, you know, she had this name ready, like loaded up in the barrel for when it came out.
Yes.
Hydrant Best Regards. Okay.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to put this person on the Kumo.
Okay.
I reject this person.
Oh my god.
Yes, okay. I love
person.
Best Regards.
I misheard that as Vestrigard or something like a Nordic name. No. Hydrant Best Regards.
Yes.
I'm only going to refer to this NPC as the person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad you enjoy my naming of the characters in this game.
Fine, I'll put it on the Kumo.
Yeah.
Because if I drop the line at Hydrant Best Regards, I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, see, I think you know that if you drew a line, everybody would do everything that they could to make the line as useless as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling with cool, if that's okay.
Yes.
To find out what I can about Hydrant Best Regards.
Yes.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, good.
So, how could I get to them, physically or emotionally?
Okay.
How are they doing? What's up with them? And what or who do they love best? This is the kind of question we should never ask of a person in a polycule, which is why I'm asking it.
Okay, so I'll take them in reverse order. What or who do they love best? Sure. I think the interesting answer here is Jetlag Pistachio, because I just established that Jetlag Pistachio is quite charismatic. So this is not entirely healthy polycule behavior. I agree, but I think so. That's goes.
That's their problem. That's the polycule's problem.
Yes. So yes, and then how are they doing? What's up with them? I think the whole polycule is doing like pretty well. They have had few problems as of late. They are looking to make their way into a position of political power. They've also spent a lot of their time like hanging out. Obviously, the vice president is old and is like preparing his last will and testament, and that's a bit sad. But at the same time, they've been hanging out with like big shot people in the silk market and having a pretty good time. But how can you get to them physically or emotionally is, I think, the interesting question. And I think Hydrant Best Regards, I think she is actually pretty like sentimental. And I think the fact that Vice President Cotopaxi is preparing his last will and testament, and like that is changing, is like somewhat upsetting for her. And I also think that you know her to be the sort of person who, she's very practical, but she is she gets emotional, she enjoys a listening ear, and can be, I think, a bit of an oversharer with her own personal feelings.
Yes. Great. This is exactly the kind of person I want.
Okay, good.
And so I think I'm happy to shift the scene after this. But what I want is, it's arguably the case that she's exactly the person who needs to be there when Logistric and Jetlag have the conversation about the medicine, right?
Yes.
But I have not made any promises to anybody about like this is definitely gonna happen. And so like that's fine. Like they're gonna hang out, and then Jetlag can make a promise that he can't keep, and then that's his problem, right? What I want to do is, as I introduce everyone, I will just say to Hydrant, I know it's been a bit tough for you, and we've just re-upped the sauna. I can't offer you any good alcohol, but if you want a listening ear that's not involved in your shit, and you're interested in some terrible alcohol, you're welcome to it.
So you're going to take Hydrant Vestergaard's aside while Logistric and Jetlag Pistachio speak. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you and she can go take and have a nice conversation in the sauna.
Yeah.
And you were happy to shift away here, you said, just setting this up?
Yeah, I'm fine. Like, I mean, I'm happy for even to like, if this is just like roll to reason with her and see if she will agree to supply me, that's fine. If you want to do the conversation next session, also fine. But I like these. Okay. This is like Ahiri keeps things low stakes by design.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's
all right.
Fine.
I think maybe we will frame a reason roll here, because I would like you to get involved with the red demons a little bit more. So
yes,
cool. I think rather than have this whole scene, roll a reason with to see if you can be a listening ear and have her agree on like at this point a complicated 3-way trade agreement between the Polycule, Sicari's Regret, and the Red Demons, because logistics is also involved with this. So let's roll a reason
trade agreement.
This off.
Yeah. 11.
Okay, you can pull it off, absolutely. So we don't have to zoom in on this. You listen to her, you have a conversation, and you are pretty sure that you can set up a trade deal.
I feel like it's the kind of thing where if you watch this on a TV show, you know the second that she comes into the sauna with me and like they shut the door, it's like, oh, okay, fine. Now they're just going to agree, right? Like she's just going to do whatever Ahiri asks, and then it's going to be fine. And she's not even going to know that like it was all a plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, would it be so nice if we could do this and like just hang out, but then not be drinking this stuff? You know, or like if we can supply some medicine, wouldn't that be great, etc.
Yeah, and so
cool.
I'm gonna real quick pivot to Iskandaric before we see the battle, because I want to get Iskandaric involved with this. So, Iskandaric, you have been operated upon, and besides hooking you up to the bizarre network of machines of which the tower is just a part, you're also healed down to just having 2 ticks on your harm clock, where it gets better by itself.
Perfect.
And so the timeline is like perhaps a little wonky now, but Logistric was leaving as you were being operated upon, and was basically like, I need some medicine for your recovery, and also I'm upset and scared, right? So I think sometime after your surgery, not very long thereafter, but like, you wake up, you're woozy. We don't have to zoom in on like the immediate hours after where you need time to recover. The next thing on your agenda is that Logistric probably will radio into you personally, actually via the radio equipment you now have, because you have the entire radio studio, and you can get messages from the Regret easily enough via the hack.
Definitely legally mine now.
Yeah,
the Knight President.
It is. And so I'm not going to focus in on the conversation with Logistric necessarily, but the information you get is that Logistric has gotten in touch with Vice President Cotopaxi's Polycule, and more importantly, believes that he has the possibility of arranging a good trade deal down in the markets with all that stuff you just got. And, most of it is the seashells that you're keeping close to the chest now, but there were also like, other supplies, bits and bobs that you can trade for more immediately useful things. And so Logistrics is basically radioing in to tell you, you may want to meet these people, the Vice President's Polycule, and also, should we like set up a trade down here? Should we like find some trade partners, basically logistics plan, right? Someone you can reliably get things you don't produce at the tower from.
Indeed.
This is what happens when you're the night president. Now you have to think about trade policy.
Yeah, but I think
Alright,
it makes sense.
and-
Logistics was just pulled into a trade agreement, and so
Logistic is my foreign minister, it seems.
Yeah. So
Frankly,
the question
he's your
is,
only minister.
yeah.
So I had in my character sheet, I had logistic written down as quartermaster. I'm not going to change that to foreign minister.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so a trade deal with trade partners, that's all fine. That's great. But the specific partner in question, I think it might be interesting to say that Iskandaric has a problem with, being that this is now her former vice president who's let the kingdom rot while he's
Oh yeah,
farming,
Cotopaxi has. Yeah.
He's great price on silk though.
Great, that's true. Great price.
Yeah. I will say, out of character here, my angle is mostly to get you down to the market so that you can be in the same place as all the other PCs. So I'm just clarifying that. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. In that case, I don't think Iskandaric has a reason to say no to that. But before that, if we have time, I haven't figured out what these seashells are for, and my two leads, I guess, and these are not really leads, but two paths I can go down is one, go to Angelica and say, "What are these? You're the person I know in the valley."
Yeah.
I bought these seashells on the seashore, and she didn't say what they were for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sadly,
all right.
say. The other one is maybe I already know because I have Cassandra Security's memory, so maybe I already know what this is.
Okay, sure. We can go the former route, and you can speak to Angelica, and that can be a scene. Or you may go to the seashells and open your brain to them.
Open your brain. Open your brain. Open your brain.
Let's brain time.
Yeah.
Open your brain to the seashells. What a normal, insane statement. Don't even worry about it, man.
Okay, so we see you, somewhat woozy, somewhat high on painkillers, head down to your storeroom, open a box, take out the shells, touch them, commune with them.
The way you say touch them, commune with them is like, okay.
Yes.
It is a 10. The seashells are very talkative today.
Yes. Very good. So, these seashells are as much symbolic and indicative of something happening as anything else. Very long ago, a long time ago, some people from the valley ventured to the shore, to the ocean. And then they were cut off. And they were cut off for a long time. You don't know how long. These are hazy memories. But these shells is proof that someone out there has reestablished contact with them. And they know of the valley. And they are coming back.
Okay, so this way, people from the valley went to the seashore. Communication was cut off with them.
Yes.
But has been reestablished, and they're coming back.
Yeah. The shells are part of a trade route, and this is not quick. These shells have taken some time to get up here, but it is proof that the way is now traversable. And in that way, the shells are a message.
That they bought them at the seashore. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I see.
It is possible to access the ocean again. That's what the shells mean.
Possible to buy seashells at the seashore, guys.
Yeah. I mean, we should be establishing trade links with Sally down there. So, and what are we doing?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Okay, so these seashells then are just nice things. Okay, yeah, I mean, worth trading then, I guess. I don't get the feeling that there's anything more to them than this.
They are, so the thing is, they are worth trading. They don't only mean something to you. Anyone who is in the know, anyone who's access to these old memories, which, as far as you know, is only you, but you could be wrong, would know that this means, well, this means you know what happened to the sea peoples. And there may be other people in the valley who are interested in this information. So it's sort of a coded message, right? It means something to those. If you know, you know what these shells mean.
Cool. All right, yeah. I think then let's keep it going. I know what these are, and let's see what the trade deal is. Let's zoom over there.
Okay. So, Iskandaric, you and do you bring the demons with you as you go down to the market, or do you go alone?
A handful of them, surely, right?
Yeah. All right, we can define it later. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I think we can say that the way I hashed it out with Angelica was that, train them to pretty much look after themselves, and I don't have to worry about them turning on me.
Yeah.
For the time being, right? So Iskandaric feels pretty confident about leaving the tower, I think.
Yeah. Good. So you head down to the market, and I think it's good to try to get everyone into roughly the same place. I'm setting this up a little bit for next session also. But okay, as you head down back to the market, let's see what's up with Tar-Minotaur and Perfidelity. But I will also say that now, like Iskandaric and Ahiri, you are in the town as this is happening, right? So it is possible for you to maybe notice what is going on, depending on how this goes. Sound like a good setup?
Yeah.
All right. So, Tar-Minotaur, what does this look like? Your hunting wabbits plan.
So where are they? Like, it seems like hardly any time has passed since they decided to move out and get out of the building.
You handle this pretty quickly. So they are leaving the. In fact, I think they're in. Like we established that Sicarius Regret has something of a garage where the vehicles for the Red Demons was previously hosted before they left. And I think that they have simply withdrawn into there with like the appearance. Like, yeah, sure, we're just going to get our vehicles and then we're out of there here. But in fact, they withdraw into the garage to have a huddle and a plan. So that's like step one for them. And then they're going to have a conversation in there for maybe half an hour. And then they will do something else. So you can wait for them to go somewhere else. You don't want to attack them in the garage. But that's where they would go immediately, I think.
To highlight the, what is it? Oftener right ability that the Gear Cutter has, I think Tar-Minotaur is going to express the problem to Perfidelity, which is simply our friend Ahiri would prefer that violence not occur in the premises. Technically, the garage may or may not count as the premises, but of course that might be splitting hairs. But it would also be the best time to get them before they formulate their plan. What to do? German would ask.
Tar-Minotaur is asking who?
Perfidelity.
Perfidelity, yeah.
Yes.
And Perfidelity looks at the garage, at the things arrayed, and at Matthew Mark IV. Says we already have an ally here. I can speak to him. Ask him to deal quickly with the problem at hand. You saw how effective he was at the tower. I can talk to, I suppose, all of them.
I think Tar-Minotaur's got the helmet on, which is why you can't see the expression on her face, which is largely, can you? But it's, well, I was like, sure, okay, this is what's happening now. I think Tar-Minotaur simply says, very well, then we proceed. You wish to make the opening move?
You involve yourself. I will support you.
Very well. Okay. Okay. So, Holly, here's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to evolve myself in a very aggressive fashion.
Okay.
So how does one enter the garage? Is it like from the outside, or can you also enter it from the inside?
I think both. Like a lot of garages, especially for big establishments, have both access points, right? So you have big doors that you drive in through, and then you have a door to access it from the outside as a person, and then you have a door to access it from the inside as a person. I don't know why I said as a person, but like, through a normal door.
As a person.
Rather than a garage door. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can access it as a person or as a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Since Tar-Minotaur is a human being, she will access it through the door that only persons can access through. And then Perfidelity can do car things. I don't know what Perfidelity can do anymore. We're just vibing. We're just taking it. We're taking it one revelation at a time.
So you're just going to step into the garage while they are huddling around and having a.
Well, step into the garage sounds. Well, I'm going to kick the door open and I'm going to burn them with my flamethrower. Okay,
right. So there's no subtlety to this. Just kicking the door down. Okay.
No. I think now we have to deal with this problem. There's like a list of things to do. We have to get rid of this problem as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Subtleties for wimps. I don't believe it. I believe in stupid heck.
Subtlety is for people with time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very good. And Perfidelity, just before we resolve this, what are you doing?
Oh, wait, hold up.
Yes?
Ahiri, this is a pit, right?
Sure. I guess.
How do you feel about making some money?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Okay, you want people to spectate.
Happening.
Yeah.
So I think what I would like to do is, maybe this is a little bit of a flashback, is you see Tar-Minotaur setting off with obvious murderous intent, and Perfidelity looks up.
No, this is my conversation flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you know me very intimately.
I know your real name. Oh, not your real name. Yeah. I beg your pardon. Your old name.
Yeah, an old name. You know what makes me tick.
Yeah.
And I nod.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to nod at my most reliable employee, 912s. 912s is the bookmaker. And I'm going to be like, and I'm going to trust 912s to run the book
all right.
on this. And then I'm going to be like, hey, do you want to watch a fight as we come out of the sauna?
Okay. All right. So I don't think there's a move here. I think both of you, I like the idea that Perfidelity and Ahiri are just well coordinated enough that you can do this. I think that's cool.
And I think what I would like to do is I would like to sneak into the garage behind my master as this is going on. I mean, a flamethrower is a great cover.
Yeah.
And then set a hand on Matthew Mark IV.
Okay.
And I suppose this is let the beast off of the leash. It loves to go ham.
Yes.
It loves to do these things.
We have established that, yes. Okay, so it sounds like the flamethrower happens first, and then you let the beast off the leash.
Yes.
Good. All right. So, Tar-Minotaur, you're kicking in a door, and then you are doing battle? Do you think that we are doing battle, or do you think you're just...
Well, actually, the first thing that happens is that I have visions of death.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So
okay, kick in the door, have visions of death. Very good.
Yep. You have +1 ongoing to all rolls you make while you're following my advice, which you are.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I get a +1 forward for the previous thing with Screw Tape Run, which I haven't used yet.
Yes, that is also true. You know what they are up to.
+2.
+2. Lovely.
12.
Hmm.
Tell me what deaths you be visioning.
I mean, Screwtape Ronin, I see him dying. So PCs are exempt from this. I can never name a PC either way. So let's see. Who are the NPCs at play? Like we don't have any names for his guys, right? So we don't care about them. Are there any NPCs in obvious danger that we care about?
Let me see how the move works exactly. So you name one person who will die and one who will live. Yeah, so you can save someone from the situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking about.
Okay, so you want Screwtape Ronin to die. I mean, okay, I will offer you 2. We haven't named this person. I have a list of other names somewhere.
Yeah.
But you can, if you would like, have Screwtape Ronin's like second in command definitely survive. This is an option. Just so that you have a person you can reason with.
Yeah.
Or the person you can name who will definitely be safe is
because people are going to be watching now, right? Suddenly this is like an audience thing.
Yeah, so you can't name NPCs. I don't think anyone is in immediate danger, actually.
Okay.
Like you can, I guess what you can do is
is Matthew Mark IV a person?
Yes, I was about to say Matthew Mark IV is a person, not a human, but a person.
Yeah. Matthew Mark IV lives, whatever that means.
Okay, Screwtape Ronin will die. Matthew Mark IV will die, but I don't think there's any subtlety here. Like you are ambushing them, so I still think you are doing battle.
Sure. I suppose they're ready. They probably had a guy watching the door. I'm a big person walking down. Probably, I don't know. Like when I turn my washing machine on, my house rattles.
Yeah.
I assume the walls of Sicari's Regret also rattle when I walk forward.
Yes.
Okay. So I kick the door open. I have a brief vision that confirms that things are going my way. I take out I have my conversation flamethrower open, and I enter the conversation pit. And the first thing I say is !AW plus. Oh wait, no, do battle. Yeah, exclamation DB.
Yeah.
I should also get +1s. Do I get +1s to both of these for following your advice, or what? Not that it matters.
It'd be +1 to both of them because it's any rolls and you've made 2 rolls.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because I got 12 and 10.
Okay, so there's a 10+ on both.
Yeah,
very good.
My cool is 0, my heart is 2.
Yeah, so I should establish what harm they have, and I can't find the list of harms again. But I'm imagining to have something slightly better than scrap guns, but less good than rifles. So I guess that means they deal 3 harm.
I mean, they're arms dealers. I assume they're using their supply.
Yes, they are, but they are also not armed to the teeth. They are definitely capable of doing you like a lot of harm if they're kitted out. But they're arms dealers. I don't think it's realistic that they would have their best weapons like slung over their backs as they go out to have a conversation in the garage, right?
This is what greed does to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say they do 3 harm. They might be able to reach for more dangerous things in their cars or in their supply or whatnot, but this is just what basically this is the weapons they carry on them while they have a drink, right? These are similarly also their conversational weapons, not their. But there are a lot of them, so they deal 3 harm base, and then they deal 1 more harm for being a gang. Except they don't, because you have the counter to that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think they count as a small gang. Like he has some apprentices, but he doesn't have a whole lot of them.
Yeah, so my max here is 10.
Yeah, I think that's about the order they are on. So
cool.
So then it's effectively as if you were fighting one person who does 3 harm. Although I don't think your flamethrower cares about armor, does it? I would imagine it's armor piercing, but
no, it's. Let me quickly have a look because it's worth. You can just tell me if they are armored though, because maybe some of them will survive.
Yeah, I mean it's environmental harm, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think it counts.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so 1 environmental harm is equivalent to 4 harm messy.
Yeah.
Or when brought to bear against a single non-structural target, gets 4 harm armor piercing.
Oh, nice. AP.
Can move cars, but not lift or throw them. Inflict severe cosmetic damage on buildings and structures. Many holes or large holes, no intact glass, burning or smouldering.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay.
Listen.
So.
Ahiri, I think you were going to probably remodel the garage anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Well, I will say that I was going to now that this is occurred.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, so first of all, you take little harm, so you take 1 less harm.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings it down to 2 harm.
2 harm, for sure. Okay.
And then your armor applies after that.
So it does. So so I take 0 harm.
So you take 0 harm. You still make the harm move, but you take 0 harm. And this, I think, makes a degree of sense. You're fully armored, kicking in a door with a flamethrower. They're shooting at you, but you are very, very good at what you do.
Yeah.
So, like,
also, they're trying to shoot through fire.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that makes sense. And then you also attack them.
Mm-hmm.
And choose 2 from the attack list.
Let me have a quick look. Meanwhile, I've also rolled for the harm move and I missed. I think, if I remember correctly, that's bad, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, but we'll see that in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Attacks someone. I get to choose 2. Yes, okay. I inflict +1 harm and I pin them down.
Okay.
Which I think makes sense. There's fire.
So that's 5 harm and it's AP. And that's to a gang. 5 harm to a gang is a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
I will offer you a simple choice here. Do you kill Screwtape Ronin now, or do you kill most of his gang now? I'll frame it that way. In either case, you're doing a terrible amount of damage to them. So either the outcome here is that you take everyone that isn't Screwtape Ronin out of combat, or you kill Screwtape Ronin, but there's maybe still some gang left to be able to fight back against you.
Let's do the latter, where Screwtape Ronin is still alive.
Okay, yeah. So it's not that you like kill everyone who isn't him, but his gang is in absolute disarray. His apprentices are set on fire. Many of them are burning. You don't die quickly from this, so this is kind of horrible and gruesome. There's panic spreading. Screwtape Ronin just happened not to be nearest to the... Like, this isn't a defensive strategy for him. He just didn't happen to be nearest to the door.
Mm-hmm.
So he is still there to react. You are shot at a little bit, and you failed the harm move, so I'm going to tell you what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to twist them a little bit. So you lose your grip on whatever you're holding, except you can't really drop a flamethrower, but I'm twisting it a little bit. And you... I think you also lose track of someone or something that you're attending to, because I do get to pick 2. And I think this person will be Perfidelity.
Makes sense.
However, what I mean by lose grip on what you're holding, and this is the really dramatic consequence here, is that your flamethrower jams and is stuck on open. It won't stop spewing fire everywhere.
Okay, very cool.
Like, you're shot in such a way that you are now just permanently spraying fire in all directions. You can't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the interesting outcome.
Yeah, the conversation flamethrower still has a lot to say.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a problem. When this sort of thing happens with a flamethrower, especially while you're being shot at, you may explode. But because I mean, yeah, there's now a lot of flammable gas that you can't stop going, kind of everywhere. But let's see Perfidelity's move.
Just for interest. Not that it makes a difference in this respect. My flamethrower actually operates on sawdust and flour.
Okay, good.
I beg your pardon?
Gas is expensive.
Yeah, makes sense. You can burn powders very, very effectively, so
yes,
that's fine. But it still has a lot of flammable fuel that is now leaking uncontrollable everywhere and catching fire. So
very good.
Yeah. Perfidelity. You see this happening. Tar-Minotaur has lit the room on fire and then just continues to spray fire. And you are by Matthew Mark 4.
And the gang are in disarray.
Yes.
And Screwtape Ronin is still standing because he's got a shotgun arm, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to shoot him in the head with the hunting rifle. I think I've got the hunting rifle to arm. The gang are no longer a problem. The flamethrower is taking them down. Is crouched down by Matthew Mark IV. Pull it out of the side carriage of Mark IV.
So you're not unleashing
fire.
the beast. You're taking a sniper shot instead.
No, I think the beast should stay leashed for now,
Mm-hmm.
unless it wants to be. But
Yeah.
what I want to do after that is run through the fire and take hold of the shotgun arm, and then nothing speak it.
Okay, so step 1 is to shoot him. Step 2 is to run up and grab his shotgun.
Step 2, step 1 is get rid of the threat. Step 2 is what secrets do you hold?
Okay, so I think that you are relatively hidden and not really in a position to be attacked. Okay, you can tell me if you're more comfortable with this being doing battle, or if you are more comfortable with doing an act under fire first to calmly navigate into a position where you can do this in all the chaos. What do you think makes more sense?
I mean, do battle is act under fire and then attack someone, so it's both.
Yes,
both.
May I have a suggestion here?
Yeah.
So I have had visions of death, which basically means as soon as an opportunity comes, this guy's going to die. So maybe there's no actual role to attack him, and it's much more about literally acting under fire to do this complicated maneuver through fire. Right?
You're right, actually. So yes, you don't have to attack someone. You can just shoot and kill him because visions of death triggered. That makes sense to me. So the shot works. The complicated part is you will have to act under fire to run through the burning room to grab the shotgun arm and then do things speak on it. I think that's much more fair.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I think he's still dying as this happens, because I'm not a completely trained knight. I'm still a squire. The shot goes off just slightly to the right, slightly to Perfidelity's stronger side, given that this is a hunting rifle. It's used with two hands. It's enough to kill, but not enough to kill cleanly.
Yep.
Fantastic, yeah, and I will act under fire to rush through the flames. Literal fire. Fantastic.
Yes. I'm not backing your play because I'm busy. Oh, yeah. Well.
It's a miss.
I wouldn't have been able to help anyway.
Okay. Interesting. So, I will frame this as... I will give you a choice on a miss here. And I think this is an interesting and kind of bad choice. So, I think, as all of this happens, you pull off the shot, you see Screwtape, like, running up ahead with the clear plan of just blowing up Tar-Minotaur. And so Screwtape, like, lowers the shotgun, rushes forwards, and then you shoot Screwtape and he falls. But he falls into the blast of flame. And you fail this move to get there quickly enough. So you can run into the fire and grab the shotgun arm and get what you want, and take the flamethrower's harm straightforwardly. Or you can just not do this and lose this opportunity entirely.
It's a lot of harm.
It is.
It is a lot of harm. And I think otherwise, yes, Perfidelity would have done this. But she stays her hand. She looks at her master and she feels the burning need for knowledge. And she stops.
Yep.
And
as you stop,
hunting rifle kind of smokes a little bit, cools down, placed down.
Ooh. Okay. Burning need for knowledge, huh? I've got a malfunctioning weapon right here.
Yes.
Right here. I think I tried to wrestle with it for a bit. I probably tried to like empty out like the tank of all the flour and stuff, but there's... Okay, so probably it's like something's happened where like if I were to try to remove it, like there's going to be a whole bunch of powder that's going to start to get flung out, and then we're going to have a big explosion, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So I think I don't even say it. I'm holding this thing. I'm trying to push it towards the ground, away from anything flammable, and I'm just look at you. And it's very obvious. I need you to come in here and fix this thing. Can you do that?
I can certainly try.
Mm-hmm. Mercer time.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to back your play by, I'm trying to control this thing and trying to stop it from burning anything while you're fixing it. So I think that's a decent back your play.
Please don't burn my building down.
Easier said than done.
I think at this stage we're more in the lane of like, please don't burn myself down. Oh, for fuck's sake!
I am so sorry that I made you say that, because now it seems like if you do die, actually that's somehow good for me, because it's either the building or you.
No, I was talking about you. You.
Oh, me personally. I see.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think your building's on fire.
Well, this is a miss. So as you try to point it to something not flammable, like all you can do is point this in a direction where you don't think it will ignite anything flammable, right? Unfortunately, it turns out, Ahiri, that your most unreliable employee, June, stored the cooking oil in the garage by mistake.
This moron who I really need to fire, but is so good at cooking those dumplings.
Yes. And
Grease
so I think
fire.
It's like a situation of Tar-Minotaur going like, okay, I will not aim it at the fuel and at the oil over there. I'll aim it at this that looks like packed food. Great. No, that was the cooking oil. That was in there. So now the cooking oil is on fire and there's a grease fire rapidly spreading.
Fuck me. I am genuinely like, I'm just a guy. I don't know what I can do. Like, I mean, weather eye, check your instincts. I mean, I know what's on the horizon. It's fire.
Don't you have leadership?
Lead the fire away.
Yeah.
It's your establishment, you know?
Okay, well, Perfidelity, you still get a chance to do something, but this miss has definitely made the situation worse.
Yeah, I think this is another lunge forward. Oh, I think, run forward and place her hands on it and wrestle with it, attempting to turn it off. And I think this is where I things speak, because one of the questions on things speak is what's wrong with this and how might I fix it? I think there's something terribly more wrong with it than there is.
Sure.
You know, just emptying the fuel.
Back your play.
Yeah. Okay. Now Ahiri is backing your play. Okay, and the play is thing speak. Just to be clear. Okay.
Yes.
So to clarify what will happen here, you can thing speak first, and that will give you an answer for what is wrong and how you might fix it. There might also be a move to actually do that, but you will get some understanding for sure.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see Ahiri back.
Do I roll back? I roll first, right?
Yeah. You do. With history, with Perfidelity.
Yeah, so that's one. Backing Perfidelity.
3. Okay. So
I want to be so clear. If all of us die here, I am blaming everyone else.
Yes. Yeah. So Ahiri.
Yes.
You try to issue orders for people to like deal with this situation. And June, your most incompetent employee, goes, "Don't worry, boss," and throws water on the grease fire. Which you were not supposed to do. So,
hey, why didn't she put the water in the garage where it makes more sense?
She did. She did. They were both here. That's the water that she used. The water on the grease fire.
Okay. Tree, I just want you to draw your attention to a message I sent you 2 weeks ago, please.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when I saw that, I was like, but that's not it. That's
Okay, Perfidelity. Let's see you finally read this flamethrower. Helping much, much worse.
There's so much grease fire going on. And in fact, let's use some greased lightning.
Okay.
And that is my first turn of the session.
For a second there, I was like, is that a new thing you can do?
Okay. So you grab a hold of the flamethrower and you get some questions. And the first is, what is wrong with this, and how might I fix it?
Bro, calm down. What's wrong with you?
There's more bad things happening than we thought.
Yeah. So, what is wrong with it, I think, is... Yeah, sure. Why not go with this? So there was a bunch of people who opened fire on Tar-Minotaur, like, inaccurately. I don't think that there's anything, like, deeply... I think the interesting outcome here is that Screwtape Ronin actually really knew his weapons. And he shot at Tar-Minotaur with his sidearm, with, like, his pistol, not with his shotgun arm, because he was too far away. And he deliberately, like, put a hole in the flamethrower somehow. He shot out some part of it to make it just leak through the nozzle. And so, yeah, it's a deliberate act of sabotage from the dead man. And how you might fix it? Yeah,
I think there's like a bullet that's lodged into a mechanism, which is kind of like depressing the air, so that there's constantly the flower is just being constantly pushed out by the air inside.
Yeah, yeah, exactly like so. And how you might fix it? What's an interesting? So I think you can fix it by like removing the bullet, but it is very hard for you to do this while Tar-Minotaur is wearing it. So I think the challenging part is getting it off of Tar-Minotaur, because you wear a flamethrower, right? You don't just carry it.
Yeah, it's also under my jacket.
So basically, I think in order to fix it, you need it to be perfectly still so that you can stop this air mechanism. And that's not an easy thing to do while someone is wearing it. If you can get Tar-Minotaur to stand perfectly still while flamethrowing everywhere, that's also a possibility. But you need at least a couple of seconds of this not moving at all.
Oh.
I think that's an interesting challenge. Does that work?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have
yeah,
more
I
questions?
think that works. I do have more questions, but what I will do is first act on this answer. And Perfidelity is up very close to Tar-Minotaur's personal space. And in amongst the fire and the flames and the smoke and this panic, she tilts her head upwards, meets her master's eyes under the helmet. Stand still. I'll fix this. And it's the speech of absolutely no questions asked or brooked, or do what I say now.
Interesting. Is standing still then a move from me?
I think so, if this is how we want to frame it, yes. I think it is probably something physically challenging to stand still. Well, no, actually, it could be act under fire. No, I think it's more act under fire. This is more a mental thing. It's not hard to... It's mostly scary to not move while you're on fire.
Yeah.
Or you're not on fire, but you know what I mean.
So it's either me acting under fire or Perfidelity reasoning with me.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, whichever is more interesting for Perfidelity. We'll spotlight it, I think.
I think I'll reason with you.
Yeah,
I think it's reasoning here because it's the first time. It's one of the first times that Perfidelity has like stood up to you, or at least kind of gone, no, I'm in charge now properly. That in this role as Squire tonight. And maybe it's this steel-backed spirit that's not quite hers, that she's recalling from another person another time.
Nice.
That's why.
Okay.
May I back your play?
I don't think so, because I think this is almost a backing your play to begin with. I don't think it makes any sense here.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because you're helping someone help you
I get you.
do a thing. So.
Oh, but there we go.
Okay, so it is 7 to 9. So ask what you would have to do to convince them. And so, yeah, straightforwardly, Tar-Minotaur, what does it require you to convince you to follow one of Perfidelity's orders? Because this is an order, and I think it's unequivocally an order.
Now, here's the thing. Like, I don't think Terminator's like, whippersnapper, I'll show you what you want. Fucking kid told me what to do. I don't think it's like that as such. I think probably that it's fire. It's really hard to be calm and rational when there's fire going around, even for Terminator. Right? So I think that's the main issue here as such. So I think like a cutting like command from a junior to kind of like cut through all of this. I'm trying to frame it. I know what it is. I'm trying to frame it how to say it. Yeah. I think Tar-Minotaur is going to see this moment, like this moment where you give this order and kind of like step up as you coming into your own fully as an equal almost, and perhaps you are ready. So I don't know if it's necessarily something. So maybe this doesn't work. You can tell me mechanically. I don't think this is necessarily you having to do something to convince me, because we don't have time for that right now. But more like this puts us on a road where I have to think about whether or not you are still my squire, or it's time for you to move on to something else. Does it make sense?
I'm fine with it. Salty?
Yeah. Sure. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
So then, Tar-Minotaur, you freeze and stand still. Perfidelity, you insert a screwdriver or something to dislodge the bullet. Do you want to ask your other questions now, or shall I cut away for a moment? Up to you.
I think what I would like to ask then are what strong emotions have most recently been nearby this, in terms of what is Tar-Minotaur feeling, and then who
Good.
handled this last before me in this way, this
Okay.
thing
Tar-Minotaur,
in front of me.
You mean maintenance-wise, or what?
you may answer both, or you may defer the second question to me if you don't know where the flamethrower came from.
So the second question is largely about like who last maintained and tinkered with it, yeah? I mean, the obvious answer to that would be Terminator, because Terminator takes care of her stuff, but that's not the interesting answer. So I'm happy for you to take it over to kind of like its origin points.
Yeah.
So I think I'll defer the second question to you.
Okay.
But the first one, which is, what have I been feeling through all of this? The strong emotions. A sense of rising despair that Terminator... there's a sense of rising despair from Terminator and confusion that she doesn't know what she's doing as such. It's more like this is the only thing she knows what to do. There was a problem here with Screwtape Ronin. There's problems cropping up all over the place. But she only has one tool to deal with problems.
Okay. Is that a satisfying answer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As for the question of who last maintained this before Tar-Minotaur, it was Vice President Cotopaxi's Batman before this was used to burn down the presidential palace.
Interesting.
A cursed weapon.
It fell into Tar-Minotaur's possession after that, apparently. If you're cool with that, Tar-Minotaur, that doesn't contradict anything, I hope. Don't think
that's
you've had
fine.
this forever. Yeah?
Terminator doesn't remember anything.
Yeah. All good. And speaking of Tar-Minotaur not remembering anything, Iskandaric, you have come down here for a trade deal.
Mm-hmm.
But it so transpires that there is a fire in the garage. And so you and your gang will enter the scene, stepping in to see what has happened here.
Uh-huh.
And as you do, Tar-Minotaur, please open your brain to the fact that you are now in the presence of Cazador Sicari.
Yeah, let's see what that's like. Well, that's what you'd expect. It's a 5.
Good. So you look up and you get a terrible sense that something is weird. You look up and you see Iskandaric enter with some of her gang, and you don't have any sort of initiative in this situation to react. I may cut back to you, but for the moment you are just confused. and you have to freeze anyway for Perfidelity to do her thing. Iskandaric, how do you you came down here for a trade agreement, right? And then people went like fires loose, and you're confronted with a big ass grease fire in the.
Iskandaric is woman of action. I think if there's a fire, she's gotta put it out. Be the hero. Win the people's hearts, for evil purposes later, of course, but
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I've got a whole gang with me, so
yes.
And grease fire. How do you put out a grease fire? Sand. Where do I get sand?
I think there's sand on like the roads here.
Yeah. It's gonna resist this. Maybe pauses for a moment to, and not because like she doesn't know what to do, but more of, oh god, more bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It never ends. And then starts directing her guys. It doesn't even have to do direct. Just blow a few sharp, they're drilled. They've been trained. She blows on her whistle like a code, so that they can spread out.
Yeah.
So I reckon who's here? Like Tar-Minotaur and Perfidelity, of course. Is Ahiri here? Who do I see?
Where is Ahiri? Is Ahiri in the garage, or are you in the establishment, not entering the garage at all?
I think that the reason I rolled the 2 was that I was in the garage and nobody could hear me tell them what to do over the screams of people being on fire.
Yeah. Fair.
Unfortunately.
So besides the dead gang members, it is then Tar-Minotaur, Perfidelity, Ahiri, and June, the incompetent employee, who is running out to get more water. What?
Yeah. Tar-Minotaur and Perfidelity. Who here needs to and is in a position to get away by themselves?
To get away by themselves?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fire.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Ahiri can get out of here safely. I don't think that... Well, at the moment, Perfidelity and Tar-Minotaur can't, because Perfidelity is fixing the flamethrower and Tar-Minotaur can't move. I think it's a dramatic moment to have it happen while Tar-Minotaur has to stand still.
Nonsense. Standing in the middle of fire. Get out of there. I'm driving in. It's a garage. I can drive in with my thing. Just load Tar-Minotaur into it like cargo and
oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think step 1 here is to roll leadership for your gang. You whistled for them. You've called for them. But this is not in line with your impulses, which is to protect their own.
Okay. Sure.
So you roll plus hard. On any hit, they follow your order. On a miss, maybe they still do it, but you'll hear about it later. So 10. Yeah. So your gang absolutely snap to it. You blow on the whistle.
Jesus Christ.
They grab buckets of sand. They just apparently they put out fires before. They have a drill for this. So they throw sand on it. They rush in. They do their best to contain it. There are a lot of them, and they work very efficiently. You drive in on your wheeler and pick up Tar-Minotaur just as the flamethrower is turned off. I think this is a cool, dramatic moment. Tar-Minotaur, this, I guess, is when your 5 comes in.
Do you know why my gang knows how to put out fires? Because when we're out raiding, sometimes you set fire to a house and then oh shit, there was stuff in there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Oh, I see. Okay,
there's plenty of stuff in this garage, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly.
Yes. So I think
the loot burn.
So I think the way I'm going to interpret your miss on Open Your Brain, Tar-Minotaur, is that I mean, this is the situation is confusing. There's a big fire. The air is hazy. You can't see straight. Your eyes are stinging. I think you just see Cazador Sicari driving in on a 4-wheeler inexplicably and reaching out to save you. How do you react to that?
In this situation, I bodily pick up Perfidelity and extend her forward, like Simba in The Lion King on the rock.
Okay, you're towards. So you're handing Perfidelity to the president. Is that your?
This is the future. Well, save her, not me.
Okay.
This is an
Okay.
irrational decision based on the fact that I'm being irrational right now, but this would be first instinct.
Okay,
Awesome.
if you're good. I mean, I will gladly accept Perfidelity, but this is a four-wheeler. There's space for more.
Listen, I'm being irrational.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And
you're also heavily armored, and it's difficult to put two people on the vehicle at once.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
okay, that's
I mean,
fine. Perfidelity first. That's fine.
Yeah.
Women and children first, I guess.
If I actually saw what was going on, I could just
Yeah.
step on with Perfidelity.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
okay. So Perfidelity is on, and you I don't know how what words
Wait, how
you're
does
going to hear.
How does Perfidelity react to being physically picked up?
Yeah.
I think at this point she is used to it. If it's
What are you
Tar-Minotaur,
implying?
it's go limp like a
Okay.
cat.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. So Perfidelity is handed off onto the four-wheeler.
Wait, what happens when Does this happen? Has it happened? What happens when Terminator goes into a fugue state? Oh no!
Yeah, so we'll find out, because Iskandaric is going to continue talking to you, and I don't know what words you're going to hear, but the words that Iskandaric says is something akin to, like, stop standing there like a fucking washing machine. Get in.
Why do you know what a washing machine is? What?
Well, you see, Iskandaric now has old memories, and they apparently
Yeah,
drink
old
washing
memories.
machines. So, because of the
You
surgical
don't think
implant, Iskandaric knows what a washing machine is. It all
Just
makes
because the
sense.
apocalypse doesn't mean people don't wash their clothes. It's not. We have electricity here. It's not that hard to get something spinning with
Yeah.
water in it.
That's true. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you get the orders barked to you by who you believe to be is your dead president, Tar-Minotaur.
Okay. So I hear it right. It's just that I don't understand who's saying it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't just stand there like a fucking washing machine. What are you doing? Of course, it's time to snap to action and put out the fire.
Okay,
Right.
so you join the gang.
Yeah. I wasn't
Okay.
told what to do. Just like don't stand there like a washing machine.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, there's probably like tarps and cloths in here that you can use to like beat out a fire, so you can help with that.
I also have a big coat.
Yeah, big coat. Use that to beat the fire out. Makes sense. And so, Iskandaric, do you drive away with Perfidelity? Because your vehicle is next to a fire. It's probably not advisable to park here.
Yeah, it's the smoke, the carbon monoxide, all that sort of jazz. And I think I've got Perfidelity. Tar-Minotaur, I think I can trust to move after being yelled at. So, gear goes into reverse, stomps on the accelerator, and we're out of there.
Yeah. All right, you drive out. Perfidelity, do you say anything to Iskandaric as you're carried away?
Ooh. I've got a proposition.
Yes.
Hey, Aadiyat, do you want to open your brain to me? And I'll open my brain to you.
What if we opened our brains to each other in the garage fire?
Yes. Yes, beautiful.
JK unless.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Because I think there's something in that we've both had these strange, fucked up memories that are impossible to us, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think there's a beautiful symmetry to that.
Yes.
I don't think for Perfidelity it is necessarily. I think it's more instinct here.
All right. Do you? Does it make sense for Perfidelity to go first then? Or I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but.
Yeah, we'll have Perfidelity go first. I think I'll see both rolls before I say what happens, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brain recognize brain.
Okay. So that's confusing and alarming visions for Perfidelity with a 9 total.
Very
Reasonable.
nice. Oh. They would've let me- Oh no, that's because of that's not the problem.
That's
Okay.
very
Wow.
confusing.
Yes, I love that.
Plus
No,
exclamation point. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not the problem.
Same, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same,
It's-
Frey. That's how I feel as well.
There you go. Nice.
Okay, also a 9.
We both got
There are
9s.
confusing and alarming visions. So,
Yeah.
I think then, what you realize, I think the funniest way for this to happen is for Perfidelity to realize that Iskandaric has been surgically modified by Angelica, but not how. And so the vision you get here is like there is some machine that is related to the network of machines you found in the basement, and it is here, and it is apparently inside Iskandaric.
I am the internet.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Nice.
He is the one.
Mm-hmm. And Iskandaric, yeah, let's wrap on this. Because we're wrapping up here. We're ending the session.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just want to make sure I get this right. Yes, Iskandaric, you realize that Perfidelity Evergreen is somehow your only source, your most important source of information on Kayvan Kagan,
Oh.
the raider that you have. I don't know if you've feared, but you have had premonitions of a raid as Iskandaric. And you realize that somehow Perfidelity is the person who can find out about his movements.
Oh boy, but that's interesting. Okay, I will sort this out later because Iskandaric doesn't really remember why she fears him or ran away. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
And I think that is a good moment to wrap the session up on, actually.
Should we have a roll to see if we can actually put out the fire?
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think it's not that interesting. I think the fire, basically, we've had so many misses that something that will be established here is the fire will deal damage to Sikari's regret, but it will not burn it down because it's on Tree's character sheet. Like, so
That's nice.
yeah. So I think it's one of those cases where a roll isn't really interesting because it's not possible for the regret to entirely burn down to the ground, but nor is it possible for it to come out of this unscathed, I think. So
Okay.
it's sort of the middle result by default.
Okay.
There was just something about the way Tree said, "That's nice." Like the
I'm just saying.
the resignation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you will put out the fire eventually, but there have been a lot of misses, so there will be some consequences for Raj having been on fire.
Indeed.
Consequences that I'm going to get on my thing and just leave from.
Yes. Good. So let us wrap it here. Check in next session for whatever the fuck this is. See you then. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Adieu.
You've been listening to Desperate Attune Season 3, called No Anthem. I've been your host, Holly. With me have also been Zoheb, Aadiyat, Salty, and Tree. If you'd like to support our show, you can do so at patreon.com/desperateattune, which will give you access to our Discord and also give you access to our episodes 1 week early. If you'd prefer a one-time donation, you can do so at ko-fi.com/desperateattune, or you can buy our book Sun Mirror at desperateattune.itch.io. The intro music is Steady Now by Waterflame, and the outro music is Ready Now, also by Waterflame. Our logo design is by Fahim Anzum Rumman. Thank you for listening to Desperate Attune, and we hope to see you again next episode.